Hello guys, welcome back to S3D, and today I'm going to do a review on this figure that I said I wasn't going to review on this channel. But anyway, really doesn't matter. I did 2 videos on this guy already, and we need this one gone as soon as possible. It is actually on eBay and Mercari at the S3D Hobby Shop. It's been there for more than a month. And yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the box real quick. So this is the Bandai SH Monsterarts Monsterverse Godzilla vs. Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. Yeah, obviously it was released in 2021. It's made in China. Now this figure has a big problem because apparently it's been bootlegged to hell. This one and the Godzilla figure. So there's still plenty of bootlegs out there in circulation, so people are just buying that. And the problem with that one is, well, the nice thing about the bootleg is that actually it's a factory runoff. Basically, it's the same mold. It's just, I'm pretty sure it's the exact same mold. It's just the pieces did not meet the quality control, or was actually made in the same factory after hours. You know, after the production ran out, they decided to reuse the mold to produce a whole bunch of you know, extras. Yeah, they even have the box art. You know, they have the box art, and then they were you know, selling it with the boxes without the logo and stuff like that. So yeah, that's yeah, the bootleg one is selling for around $20. So I think a lot of people just end up buying the bootleg, since it's pretty much the exact same figure, just like the color of the plastic, the paintwork is a little shoddy. That's it. So anyway, we have the packaging here. Really not much to talk about here. We got the bluefin logo. Yeah, I think that's the main problem with this figure, because I don't think Bandai actually produced a lot of it. It's just, you know, they end up having way too many bootlegs in circulation. Or people actually ran out of money before this figure was released. So, yeah, I know when the movie came out, people were like panic buying the Mezco one. I don't know why. It's just because of hype, and the figure wasn't available. They should have made the figure available as soon as the movie came out, or before the movie came out. Otherwise, you know, they could have gotten a lot of that money. But basically, people were buying the Mezco one, people were buying the NECA one, and by the time this figure came out, nobody has the money for the official one. People were just buying the bootlegs. So yeah, that's that. All right, so for parts, we have 2 alternate heads. Well, we got the 2 heads right here. From what I can tell is there is quality control issues with this figure, even with the bootleg and the genuine one. The eyes right here, you can see it's not centered correctly, so it looks kind of weird. But it's really small, so it's really like hard to see. I mean, if you have this guy up on on the table, and you're not looking at it very closely, you're not going to be able to see that the eyes isn't lined up properly. So yeah, we have that. And then we have a whole bunch of alternate hands. We got the closed fists, so you can have 2 closed fists. 2 sets of gripping hands, so you can grip the axe on either side. The axe on this one is actually a custom. Yeah, I customized it. I made it into the powered up version. And we also have these hands. These are the one where you want to put it when he's in the gorilla stance, you know, on all 4 limbs on the floor. Or something like that. Yeah, this is the hands that you use for that. And then we also have the open hand. Yeah, and just like all most SH Monster Art figures, these things are all like, you know, plasticized PVC over a bunch of ball joints. So all the joints are ball joint, and they have the tendency to pop off. Like for example, this arm likes to pop off very easily. I think it's like a common theme on all the ones I saw on YouTube. So hopefully, you know, we don't run into that bogus problem again when this figure inevitably gets sold at some point in the future. Hopefully we don't sell it to some guy who's like, oh my god, the arm popped off. Oh no, it's a defective figure. I had that happen with some SH Monster Art figure, sold it to an idiot and who think, that's a valid excuse to return the figure. Yeah, for SH Monsterarts figures, the parts coming off, the ball joint coming loose, that's a very common thing. So yeah, if you're gonna buy SH Monsterart figure, just be aware that these ball joints like to come apart. Even right out the box, brand new right out the box, some parts will come off. For example, I think this Kong, when my friend got it, he told me the arm came off like right out the package, and yeah, it's been like this all the time since he lent it to me. Originally he was gonna just commission me to repaint this axe and stuff like that, but I guess now he's just not really interested in this figure because he's got the bootleg. Which after if you paint the bootleg, it pretty much looks just as good as the official release. And I don't know if they're gonna do another Kong movie. They might do another Kong movie, but I don't know who he's gonna be fighting. So yeah. All right. Anyway, the scope is actually pretty decent. The main complaint about this figure is just too many visible joints. With all these SH Monsterart figure, you can see these parts floating around. Sometimes it can get really ugly. Yeah, and the ball joints are not the greatest. So that's a problem. So yeah, when you get the figure, you got the arms constantly coming off, you got the gaps all over the place. Yeah, it becomes very unappealing. So yeah, I mean, look at that. It does have really good posability. So if you see my posable video where I just show you guys the posability on this thing, it's pretty amazing. I mean, he can do a roundhouse kick, which is pretty damn cool, and he can balance like that. Look at that. That's pretty impressive. Definitely like one of the better articulated, giant gorilla figures I've seen on the market. It's all because of superior engineering. Unfortunately, they could not account for, all the gappage when you try to pose this guy. So anyway, we're gonna go over the articulation real quick to show you guys what you can do. So we got the toe hinge right here. This is again a ball joint. Got a whole bunch of parts here, but technically he have a double jointed knee. Unfortunately, due to the parts are just the exterior parts, he cannot get a full. It's a little bit more than 90 degrees. But he's not gonna be able to kick his own butt. But yeah, we also got the ball joint here. This is all ball joint, so you can do everything what a ball joint can. And this ball joint is actually very good because it's got very wide range of motion. You can go all the way up like that, so that's good. But then you got this gap. Supposedly this piece covers the this hole, but it's not big enough to get a full coverage. Maybe you can rotate it to get that coverage, but I don't really think so because I think this thing is like molded to fit around that cap thing, that joint part right there. So yeah. And another problem with this figure is all the exterior parts are plasticized PVC, so you're gonna have to deal with plasticizers migration at some point. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wash my hand many times after touching this figure. So yeah, we got another ball joint here, and then we got another ball joint here for the diaphragm joint. You can see right there, that's a ball joint inside the socket. So you get really good range of motion right there. And yeah, you can do that because it's just a peg that goes into the app. So yeah, you can get some really good range of motion out of this guy. Much better than the Mezco, the NECA, and even the Peter Jackson SH Monsterart Kong figure. So yeah, they did one for that movie, the 2006 movie. That's actually a really good sculpt, and that's still a pretty decent figure if you can find it. It's like $300 plus, but Yeah, I think it's worth it for the most part. The articulation isn't as amazing as this guy, but for a figure that's over like 14 years old, I think it's pretty good. All right, so we have another ball joint here for the shoulder, so you can do that, and then we have another ball joint, yeah, you got a ball joint right there for the shoulder. It's the dumbbell joint that goes into this piece, connect to the shoulders here. This bicep piece is just a floaty piece. Got the double jointed elbows. Again, these are all done through the ball joint, stuff like that. Got a ball joint, another dumbbell joint for the wrist, and same thing with the head. The head is a dumbbell joint right there. So you got a ball joint that connects to this neck piece, and then a dumbbell joint that connects to the head. So you got a swappable head and all that. So the custom right here is the axe, which I repainted into the power up version. Also painted some red, because in one of that scene when he first grabbed the axe, he was like, showing it off, and then there was some red glow in that axe, the bone piece. So I kind of just emulate that with red paint. And yeah, the axe is painted to the part where Godzilla's spit his atomic breath onto the axe to power it up. So yeah, overall a pretty cool figure. It's kind of overpriced at 60 plus, but I think it's being retailed for around $70 to $80. I have this one used as a custom figure for 70 plus. And if you're watching this video, you're already aware of the problems. Now you see all the custom acts and stuff like that. It is what it is. You're getting what you're seeing here. So yeah, the stand is not included. This is just something I threw together to put this guy up in the jumping pose, because that's what he did in the movie. He jumps up, right, and trying to swing the axe at Mecha Godzilla. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this review. I hope you guys find the information helpful. Hopefully we get this guy out of here this week, because I really don't want to deal with it anymore. And just beware, most of this figure is plasticized PVC. The axe, I think, is ABS plastic. Everything else is fully plasticized. All right, thanks for watching, guys.